nice run to pay dirt.
Argos offside on this kickoff as Burnett starts out and just crosses the 20. Likely will have to do it all over again. Second consecutive game the Argos have scored a touchdown on the final play.
Toronto number 27, re-kick 5 yards back.
Etienne Boulay, the guilty party on the offside that Mike O'Shea will take note of. Let's take another look at the Chad Cackert touchdown run.
Well, here's something interesting. Ejiro Kowale, the linebacker slash defensive end, watch the key block he makes on Munoz, the linebacker right there. That seals the edge and allows Chad Cackert to bounce it. So defensive end slash linebacker Ejiro Kowale with a key block from the fullback spot on short yardage. You got to get the edge if you're going to bounce it like that. Cackert takes some speed and outruns the angle of Donovan Alexander.
Here's the former LSU Tiger.
What's up, mama? Love you, mama.
Who was a game time decision tonight. They weren't sure he'd go, but makes a key play.
I wonder if Mom's watching on the NBC Sports Network tonight. Hello to all our fans south of the border watching in tonight.
Waters kicks off again. And Joe Burnett will look for better field position and finds room across the 40. And again, Waters has to make the stop, and it's been an issue tonight.
That often happens, Chris, when you have a penalty on a kickoff, because those guys have just run 50 yards and are now trying to suck wind and get their wind back, have to do it again. Often the return you can break one.
Mike O'Shea's got a couple of issues on one kickoff. Waters put it out of bounds, which set Edmonton up, and then an offside, and here's the return against a tired cover team.
Yeah, and you can't get lazy in a lane, because all these good returners in this league need is one little sliver of daylight, and they'll take advantage of it.
So the lead 2 for Kerry Joseph as he starts at the 43. Has some time over the middle, and Matt Carter's got another catch and should have a first down at the 54.
And they said that Stephen Giles has had his leg injury, but it doesn't look like there's any urgency at all to get him back in this football game. I mean, he has had that ball cap on and been working with Marcus Crandall since he was hurt. Clearly, they've determined that Kerry Joseph is doing enough at this point. You don't have to force him back in the lineup. Or onto the field, I should say. He's on the lineup.
First down up at the 54. Hugh Charles straight ahead, and he gets nailed as Kowale was in the hole and got plenty of help.
Well, there you go. Block on a touchdown from the fullback spot, and then go back to your regular position, and Ejiro Kowale steps up in there and makes a nice hit on the run.
Ronald Clemens there as well. 2nd and 8. Here comes pressure. Joseph looking deep for Stamps. And Stamps has got it. A catch up the 10-yard line. Brett Stamps with his 4th catch of the night and his biggest.
Well, it's what he does at the top of the route that makes the difference. He's working on Ahmad Carroll's having a tough night other than the one interception. First of all, he gets in behind, but he doesn't give away that the ball is about to arrive until the last second. Outside release. Now he's got to step on Carroll. Now don't put your hands up to the last second and give away that the ball's about to arrive.
Like a one-hander that he often practices in the pregame warm-up. And the Eskimos first down in the score zone. Hugh Charles will stutter step, finds a crease, touchdown. And the Eskimos get it right back.
Well, Hugh Charles puts the brakes on, doesn't like what he sees at the point of attack, and it's like you can almost hear the scratching on the record as he puts the brakes on right there, bounces outside, and accelerates untouched.
Fourth touchdown of the year for Charles. Underscoring that he still has possession of the starter's job in the backfield, and that patent celebration.
Huey over here. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. And Elijah and Chris.
Former Colorado
Happy
Buffalo
birthday.
has made it a 2-score lead once again for the Eskimos. Early here in this fourth quarter. Kicking away from Owens and Chandler Williams. Trying to follow the blocking, changes direction, and straight ahead to the 28. TJ Hill, the special team tackle.
Hugh Charles makes a nice move because the point of attack is taken by two linebackers, Robert McCune and Marcus Ball here. Watch, I'll show you the hole that they want to fill and try and eliminate, and Hugh Charles sees it right there. That's when he puts the brakes on, because those two linebackers are there. Now he bounces, and the reason he gets the corner is because their third linebacker, Brandon Isaac, is being blocked up by Calvin McCarty, who lined up at tight end. He didn't play it aggressive enough. He didn't close down the corner there, and Hugh Charles takes advantage of it.
Did it slip down when I rotated?
Injured Eskimo on the kick cover. Looks like Hugo Lopez, the former University of Toronto varsity Blue. Injuries a story here tonight for the Eskimos, who've lost left tackle Warren Thompson. Stephen Giles knocked out of the game. And Lopez headed to the sidelines. Second half, Ricky Ray is 5 for 8 for 56 yards.
And we'll have to answer that touchdown. And again, Hugh Charles makes a nice move to get out of the hole that was clogged up by Robert McCune and Marcus Ball, but Brandon Isaac also blocked up nicely on the touchdown.
So more yardage in that third quarter than the first half for Ray. Underneath Dury. Taken down quickly. Another tackle for J.C. Sherritt. That's the 15th completion for Ray on the night. He's had at least 20 in every game.
Let me show you exactly what I mean. This is fully supposed to come inside, but watch Calvin McCarty come up and make the nice seal block on Brandon Isaac, who's got to step up and play this aggressively and close down that distance. That's linebacker play 101. You take on that block, close down the hole, and plug it up, and Brandon Isaac's kicked out by Calvin McCarty there.
Saw Sean Lemon cross the line of scrimmage. TJ Hill wondering why he wasn't allowed to get back.
Offside. Edmonton number 49. 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
You can cross into the neutral zone, but once you cross the line of scrimmage, the referee whistles played down, and they move it 5 yards forward in a much different play call for Toronto now on 2nd and 2. Inman in the backfield, and Kackert straight ahead as the first down across the 40. Time not an issue yet. And the Argos starting to move offensively in the second half.
It's not, but as important is to answer the touchdown. When you give up one, you want to come back and answer. Try and grab some momentum back. If the Argos have to punt here in this drive, momentum stays with Edmonton.
Ray short drop, gonna take a shot, wants Inman, and overthrows Inman. It was almost intercepted as Chris Thompson was in the area.
And Chris Thompson played deep there and almost baited Ricky Ray to throw it to Dontrell Inman on the outside. He's gonna run and he looks like he's wide open. What Ray doesn't see is Chris Thompson has dropped back deep and then takes a blind turn, spins outside off his deep seam route, and is on that sideline faster than even Inman, the receiver, intended target, could get there.
So 2nd and 10. Armando Sewell to the sidelines, an extra defensive back in. Again, Ray going to take a shot for Inman, and he's got him. Inman got in behind Rod Williams and makes the catch. Check that, Weldon Brown at the 25-yard line.
Inman is going to go deep, and I believe it's his own defense with Brown playing that deep outside third right here, and he just takes a bad angle. If you roll it there, now hold it there, guys. If he takes this angle to this spot, he intersects the ball when it's arriving, but he cuts underneath, and that bad angle costs him as Dontrell Inman sticks with it.
5th catch of 30 or more for Inman on the year, the stretch receiver in this Argo offense. 1st down. Pressure on Ray, and Legaret gets to the quarterback. Through a hole, Etienne Legaret with the sack, his 1st of the year.
I mentioned earlier that Ricky Ray was tempting the middle a little bit, had a couple knocked down, had a couple of interceptions, and maybe has stopped looking down the middle a little bit. That time he had Chad Owens on a post route coming right through the middle, elected not to go there, and when he did, he takes the sack. Owens comes out of the backfield, layers through here. Watch how open he is over the middle, and he is waving frantically. But some issues early on have maybe taken the attention elsewhere for Ray.
3rd Eskimo sack, and they've got another. Their 4th of the game. Back to back as Munoz gets to the quarterback. Back to the 43-yard line, and now from threatening to score to a decision to try a 50-yarder for Swayze Waters.
A different looking defensive front, not that conventional 4-man front with 4 down linemen. Munoz is kind of hiding in there as a linebacker, and then he decides, you know what, I'm just going to go. And Chad Cackard, who said that one of his main focuses is going to be protection on the quarterback, just gets beat there.
Grant Shaw's hit from 50, and now Swayze Waters will try to do likewise. Trying to get the Argos inside, a touchdown away, and he's missed. Pushed it right, and Burnett gonna think about it. And Burnett finds some room outside. May not have been a good decision.
Nope.
Up to the 6-yard line, and it remains a 9-point lead.
Shop at Save.
Just over 8 minutes to go. Stephen Giles has watched most of this one with more Catherine Dolan.
Chris, the plan when they came back from the half that Stephen Giles would continue to be reevaluated. It's his right knee and lower calf. But when we came into the 4th quarter, the Eskimos said that they are going to take him out for the remainder of the game for precautionary measures.
Kerry Joseph has been the man in charge. He's got them in front by 9. Kavis Reed wishes the lead was 8.
Well, and he wishes his returner, Burnett, didn't run that one out of the end zone as well.
And let him know emphatically. Argos trying to keep Edmonton pinned. Corey Boyd stacked up, and Marcus Ball finishes him off. And Joe Burnett's ears might still be ringing.
Yes, and as he elected to come out, Kavis Reed took a long walk to meet his returner, biting through his upper and lower lips, and let him have it when he got to the bench. To understand the situation in the game, that giving up a single point was what they wanted there on the missed field goal.
Now big play for the Eskimos offense. They look at 2nd and 8 from deep, and Kerry Joseph calls quarterback draw, gets a block, and has the first down. A key first down for Kerry Joseph. You mentioned once a 1,000-yard runner and thought there could have been a face mask at the end of the play.
Yeah, it looked like a design call, too, that Kerry Joseph really wasn't looking to throw. He was just looking when he took this football to find the lane to run through on a called quarterback draw. There's a great speed. Now, was this a face mask? Yes, it was. And they got away with that one.
13-yard play. Argonauts fortunate they don't tack 15 more on. Up at the 21-yard line. Back into the hands of Boyd. Not much, but an extra effort to get one or two more.
Well, football games come down to a few plays. Kerry Joseph just made one. This is another on second and about 5. Toronto Argonauts want to come back in this game. They can't give him another first down and then that much field position. So Chris Jones' defense got to come up big right now. The big one.
McCune lines up off the edge. Here they come. Joseph in trouble. He's got an open man. It's Boyd wide open in the flat. A first down. And Boyd knocked out at the Eskimo bench. But once again, big second down conversion for Edmonton.
Oh, was it ever? Just uncovered. Corey Boyd coming out, but Kerry Joseph retreating. Boyd's going to just exit out of the backfield immediately. There's no check block here for Boyd. He takes off and is not covered. Kerry Joseph gives up ground, and really what I believe one of the key plays in this game, Kerry Joseph makes it again. Strong arms it to Boyd, who is uncovered.
So Joseph ran for a first down, 13, and now an 18-yard hook up to Boyd. And they're up to the 44-yard line. Back to Boyd. And to the 49-yard line. Corey Boyd has 6 more.
A lot more involved. And having said that, Hugh Charles has put up some numbers and a touchdown. There's Boyd's touches, 10. He just had 2 carries for 2 yards in his first game as an Edmonton Eskimo. More production now. Has got a few out of the backfield as well, including that key second down conversion. A play ago.
Couple Canadian wideouts. Chambers to the near side. Matt Carter to the wide side of the field. Corey Boyd straight ahead. And Boyd battles his way to midfield. There is a flag.
Mon Armstead, I believe, got in that tackle without his hat on. It didn't stop him.
Big 22-year-old defensive tackle.
Participation. Toronto number 96 participated after his helmet came off. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And as tough as that is, and as courageous as that is, it's also against the new rules. When your helmet comes off, you cannot participate in the play. And if the helmet of the ball carrier comes off, the play is whistled dead. So Armstead, although he just kept playing and it was just instinctual to keep on performing, and makes the tackle without his helmet on, is called because you have to, once your helmet comes off, and his comes off early there, now he has to stop. He has to stop and take himself out of the play. And he does, and he actually goes in and makes the tackle, which is